Davenport. I'm talking about punctuation and sentence patterns from Chapter 2, page 30. This is for my 218 grammar class with Dr. Vlahovic Jones. As college students, we often run into issues of when to use commas because when we're talking and writing, we often pause when we're saying sentences, and in our minds, that means we should be using a comma. But in actuality, it's grammatically incorrect to be using the comma. So this part of the book is talking about why we're not supposed to use commas here. And it actually has a little box where it lists the rules, and I'll read them. Do not mark boundaries of the required sentence units with punctuation. That is, never use a single comma to separate the subject from the verb, the direct object from the object complement, the indirect object from the direct object, the verb from the subject complement. And, one exception, never separate the verb from the direct object. Now, these are rules we oftentimes break because, as I said, when we were writing long sentences, we're often using pauses and marking those pauses with commas when it's not correct. One example and one exception to this rule is that you can use a comma when the direct object is a direct quotation following a verb. The example they said here is, he said, I love you. Said is a verb showing action, and there's a comma between said and the direct quotation, which is I love you. So it looks like he said, then a comma, quotation marks, I love you, period, quotation marks. And that is when it's okay to use that rule. Also, I'd like to show you, if you guys can see this, I don't know, right there. And here's the direction of the example. At the bottom where it says, he said, I love you. I'm trying to get that to you guys. Okay, great. Also, down here, it goes on to list more examples. It says long sentences down here without commas. Can you see that? For example, all the sessions during orientation week were extremely helpful for incoming freshmen. Now, when I said that sentence, I paused, but in actuality, there shouldn't be any comma in there. So pretty much later on, when we get into more chapters, we will learn that, commas are used with modifiers and so on and so forth. But as for now, we're supposed to leave them alone. So that is my explanation of punctuation and the sentence patterns. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.